The tears flowed uncontrollably, the profound grief unrestrained, as inconsolable loved ones, including close friends and family members of much-loved radio personality Tony Paul, continued to mourn his sudden passing. The airwaves of Rev-up Saint Lucia, where Tony plied his lifelong passion and avocation for media, provided the forum for emotional release on Mourning Monday. Brother and business partner Andre Paul spoke through his grief, describing his brother's booming voice and bubbly personality, which he notes was on full display mere hours before tragedy struck.
I heard Tony. Loud and clear, I heard his voice. Loudest voice of all, as usual.
Andre Paul reveals that the hour was late on Friday when a knock sounded on his window pane, and a voice in the dark pierced the threshold, informing him that his brother had been whisked away to hospital.
I was allowed to go inside, and when I sat, I was sitting next to Tony's friend, his best friend, called Blau. And Blau said to me that Tony's gone.
Heartbroken longtime girlfriend Michelle Calendar struggled to describe the moment when she received news that Tony was in distress.
There was an incident and Tony collapsed and he didn't make it. And at that time she told me I went into shock because I didn't say a word. I stayed the entire Saturday not saying anything to anybody. I was just, I don't know I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't understand what was going on. She even told me when I went down by Tony's house, I knocked the door and I was calling out to him to open for me because my key is inside.
Yeah, I actually saw that happen. Michelle actually went to the door and was knocking the door. Tony. I guess it's true. She was really, really in shock.
It was a love story cut short.
We were planning to get married in February next year, Valentine's Day. It would have been 10 years, and he was so excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
He even spoke to Keena about it. He was really looking forward to it. We had a lot of plans for this year, but late last year my mom wasn't well, so we just kind of postponed the plans for later this year. Tony's the most loving person. Tony made me feel special every single day. He would always tell me how much he loves me, how much he appreciates me, and it kind of freaked me out sometimes because I've never had anybody tell me how much they appreciate me like Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Tony was truthful. Tony was honest. Tony was just the most loving person, and we met at a time in our lives when we both needed each other.
On his social media pages, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre expressed heartfelt condolences on behalf of the government and people of Saint Lucia, calling Paul, quote, a veteran voice of our airwaves, end quote, highlighting Paul's deep passion for broadcasting, which he expressed through, quote, cheerful banter and thoughtful interrogations, end quote. Prime Minister Pierre praised Paul for being, quote, always respectful while sharing his platform, end quote, and expressed the hope that Paul's legacy would, quote, inspire the next generation of broadcasters to carry out their duties with respect and integrity.
When we spoke about death, Tony says, Keens, if God takes me today, I'm happy. I'm happy. I do not want to change anything. And his love for Michelle, oh my God. Never did. Tony did not speak of Michelle to me every single day.
Loved ones reminisced on treasured memories of Tony.
I remember that year Tony and I had the same shirt, boy.
And that was like no big deal in those days.
When we got to by Northwest, just before Northwest on the highway there, we used to walk. Tony look at my shirt. He say, hey, boy, we have same shirt. I tell him, yeah, boy, I realize that. So mine better than yours, man. I was like, how you mean yours better than mine? But it's the same. Say, well, I think mine is a little more expensive. It's more expensive.
Paul, known for his congenial personality and silky voice, had been a staple on the island's airwaves since the 1980s. Beyond broadcasting, Paul was an avid sports fan who played football and loved following various professional leagues. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.